Who needs some revolutionary optimism? I got you. Let's take a look at a couple of paragraphs from Angela Davis's book, Freedom is a Constant Struggle. She's asked here by the interviewer, "You've been an activist for decades. What keeps you going? Do you think that we should be optimistic about the future?" Angela Davis says, "Well, I don't think we have any alternative other than remaining optimistic. Optimism is an absolute necessity, even if it's only optimism of the will, as Gramsci said, and pessimism of the intellect. What has kept me going has been the development of new modes of community. I don't know whether I would have survived had not movements survived, had not communities of resistance, communities of struggle survived. So whatever I'm doing, I always feel myself directly connected to those communities, and I think that this is an era where we have to encourage that sense of community, particularly at a time when neoliberalism attempts to force people to think of themselves only in individual terms and not collective terms. It is in it's in collectivities that we find reservoirs of hope and optimism. She's saying it's in our movements and it's in our collective struggle, physically together as a community. That is where we get optimism and hope. And I agree with her. So get involved, y'all. The revolution doesn't bite. Davis says, "Often people ask me how I would like to be remembered. My response is that I really am not that concerned about ways in which people might remember me personally. What I do want people to remember is the fact that the movement around the demand for my freedom was victorious. It was a victory against insurmountable odds. Even though I was innocent, the assumption was that the power of those forces in the U.S. was so strong that I would either end up in the gas chamber or that I would spend the rest of my life behind bars. Thanks to the movement, I am here with you today." She's not asking us to remember how big and tough and strong Angela Davis is. She wants us to remember how big and tough and powerful and strong we are as a movement together, and how that was successful for her, how the movement to keep her free was victorious. Because if against all the odds she was victorious, then we can be victorious, will be victorious. She wants us to have hope, revolutionary optimism.